Hi, I'm Rob Cosman. Welcome to my shop. If you're trying to slice veneer on your bandsaw or just thin stock and you're dealing with bandsaw drift, I'm going to show you how to set your fence so it'll work easily and accurately. It doesn't take much. I'll show you. I'm Rob Cosman and welcome to my shop.
We make it our job to help you take your woodworking to the next level. If you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and don't forget to turn on the notification on your mobile device so you'll know every time we release a new video. Good? All right, back to the bench.
Okay, so I want to slice off some thin strips of this piece of walnut. I'm using the bandsaw because I want to minimize the loss, thickness of the kerf, and also the capacity. So my bandsaw is set up properly, meaning the blade is sufficiently tight. That's a tough one because I don't really trust the guide that comes with the bandsaw. You just kind of get a feel for what tight is. You don't want it wobbling excessively, and it'll do that if it's not tight enough. And of course you don't want it too tight. Where's the happy medium? Well, the more you play around with it, the more you'll develop a sense of where that is. I'm sorry, I can't be more specific. We want our guides such that they're actually just clearing the blade so that they'll prevent it from twisting side to side. Now I want to have the guide brought up high enough that it'll clear the workpiece, but close enough that it'll help provide that support to the blade. And the problem is, even though you have a fence attached to your bandsaw, that blade may not be cutting true to the fence, meaning it may want to go a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. And if your fence is locked in position, it's going to cause the wood to either wander one way or the other. So I'm not going to use the rip fence at all. Although I am going to use a rip fence, I've got to customize it. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is draw a line parallel to that edge, full length. And then by hand, I'm going to go in, I'm going to start ripping this. And when I'm comfortable that I'm tracking, meaning I'm following that line, I'm going to stop the saw, hold that board in place, and then I'll pick it up from there. I'm going to turn my dust collector on. Okay, so that angle seems to be the angle with which the blade wants to cut. So I've got a fairly thick block of wood. I'm going to hold this in place so it doesn't move it. Now I'm going to clamp this front and back. Let's cut another one and see. We were off a little bit in the beginning. I'm going to go face joint this so I've got a nice flat surface. Make another one and compare the two. So here's our two pieces. And we can see the thickness of them on both sides. On the ends, very uniform. So a nice clean cut. Now you try to do that without setting your fence, and the blade's going to want to wander. Now you don't have to have as thick a blade as I had. That's a 3/4 inch, 3 TPI, meaning 3 teeth per inch. So it's a good blade for ripping this thickness. But you could have done it with a narrower blade. You just can't push quite as hard because you'll see that blade will start to buckle a little bit. That's the best tip that I've been given on ripping on a bandsaw and coming out with nice consistent results that are the same all the way around. In fact, I know this is a bit crazy, but let's check that with a micrometer and just see how close we are. We'll trade in for a caliper. So that is 63 thou, 72, 60, 62, 80, 75, do that one again, 72. So we could have had our fence a little better as far as being perpendicular to the table, but that's actually pretty good for what we were trying to do. Now, just to compare, 65, 70, 76, 62, 62, 64, so pretty consistent. There you go. Best way to use your bandsaw to make your own veneer and to get rid of that irritating drift.
If you enjoy my method of work and like my style of teaching, click on any one of these videos to help take your woodworking to the next level. I've always said better tools make the job so much easier. If you click on the plane and chisel icon below, it'll take you to our site and introduce you to all the tools that we actually manufacture right here in our shop. It'll also give you information on our in-person and online workshops.